Disappointed by the RoboTaxi debut flop? You're not alone. But what if I told you there is another transportation stock that took off while Tesla was stalling? Could this be your ticket to a bigger profit in 2024 and a preparation for greater wealth in 2025? Let's dive in and find out. Well, as Tesla was falling over 8% on Friday, the stock that took off like a rocket ship, running up over 10%, was Uber. UBER, and take a look at this, up 10% on the Tesla's misstep. And the investors are paying attention. Look at that huge volume that came in to buy Uber on Friday and a solid breakout. We'll take a look at that breakout. Where might it be going? The experts still love Uber, and the price targets show it could climb even higher. First, I'm going to give you a technical target to the upside. And then you can tell me, whether or not you think this is reasonable or not. But just throw a Fibonacci on from this high on that breakout down to this low. And if it runs up and matches 100% retrace or extension, that puts Uber up here at about 109. What's that? If we go up to 109 from current levels, that would give us a return of about 27%. So not bad. One of the things I am looking on Uber to do is basically come back and retest the breakout area. The breakout area right now is sitting at, give me a number here, at 82.14. So 82.14, look for any kind of pullback towards 82.14 because we will get some profit taking. And this huge gap up right there, remember, anytime you have a big window, open, window like this, the midsection of that window, about $79.74 to about $80, that would be considered a strong level of support where we could get a bounce on it. So alerts on Uber down at, I'm going to put an alert down about $83 and another alert down at about $80. So after Uber, don't forget to subscribe to the Autopilot's Market Tech Talk. If you like the details of you've been following us for a while, just let us know you're out there. I love hearing from you, and we'll chat up what the heck's going on in the market. But I don't want you to miss that next big move in the market. So my next stop up, which is kind of surprising, I'm going to stay in the transportation a while. Boeing's having it just absolutely getting crushed with all the crap that's going on with it. Malfunctioning airplanes, a lot of different things that Boeing's have an issue with. However, look what's going on with Delta. Delta just is completing, it's getting up towards the past highs of about $53 after a nice run. The weekly run on Delta was from here to here, about 33%. Now, these stocks that we're looking at right now are, it's a combination of several. It's a combination of some strong growth stocks that could be very volatile, but give us some real strong upside. But then at the same side, some good other types of stocks you want to have in your portfolio. And so one of the big things about Delta is we're seeing a travel is bouncing back, and Delta is gearing up for a strong 2024. Lower fuel prices, good for Delta. Keep an eye on the rising costs that could throw a wrench in the plans. That's that union stuff that's working its way and just killing Boeing right now. So Delta's sleek, fuel-efficient planes. I rode Delta on my last trip from Hawaii back to the mainland, and it was a good ride. At the same time, it was a red eye. So, red eyes are never comfortable. But the other flights on Delta were rock solid. It does have an edge over the competition, but we'll see what happens now that Alaska has overtaken Hawaiian Air and basically merged with them to see if that, in fact, still is the place. Hey, but don't go anywhere yet, because next we're going to talk about a stock that is an absolute surprise to us. And it is RYAN. Now, there used to be a ticker that was for Ryan, that was Ryan Air. This is not Ryan Air. This is Ryan Specialties. It focuses on a very special, unique air level of the insurance. And so it sets itself apart from the big guys that are out there. With changing regulation, Ryan could be in a perfect spot to grow fast. And as you can see, here's one of the things I want to take a look at on the types of pattern Ryan puts in. It's a stair stepper. In other words, it pulls back, steps up, pulls back, steps up, pulls back, steps up. It may be in the process of getting ready for another pullback, but sometimes these stair steppers can really go on to huge big moves. What I'll be looking at on this is basically a pull out towards the breakout area, which is at about $68.77 to $69. Get down in that area, and then I'll wait for a reversal on my momentum. Here's my daily momentum, the TSI that I love to use, and also on the RSI. Look for a reversal on those, along with a reversal candlestick here on the daily chart. One of the other things that's been really strong on Ryan is you'll notice here over on the weekly chart, where's it going? It's pulling back to the 8-week moving average, which corresponds roughly to somewhere between the 34 and the 50-day moving average. So comes down, hits it, bounces, come down, hits it, bounces, come down, hits it, bounces. So it's done that 4 times. Now, I do recognize that oftentimes once you get 3 or 4 bounces off of a moving average, then we can get a little bit deeper pullback. But I'll take one more look on this one. What is the longer term charts telling us? And check that out. This is the monthly chart. It's in a really strong uptrend. And whenever it gets back down to that 8-month moving average, it bounces off of that. But it's continuing just to move up very nicely, and it's continuing to do that this week. I would look to, like I said, buy on a pullback towards the breakout area, about the $69 to $70 level on Ryan, RYAN. That's Ryan Specialties. Okay, next up is a financial stock. It's a heavyweight that I'm not a great stock to have in your portfolio because it's a real bellwether for what's going on in the economy, and that is JPM. JPMorgan is known for setting a tone during earnings seasons, and it has already done that and had good numbers and could lift the whole financial sector. If you follow the ETF XLF, which is the financial sector, you'll see on Friday it blasted out of there and broke out of a consolidation pattern up to new highs. Raising interest rates, it's a double-edged sword for JPM, so we do have to be concerned about that. But it could also mean big gains if they play it right. So watch out for dividends or stock buybacks. These could attract investors looking for steady returns. But the best, guys, is yet to come. And we're going to talk next about an AI stock that is the #1 AI stock, according to Investor Business Daily this week. Now, there's 3 of them that kind of run neck to neck to which one is the best AI stock. You've got NVIDIA, of course. You've got ARM, of course. And this one is also providing us a really nice potential setup going into this week. It's high on my buy list. I do not own this yet, but check this out. This is Broadcom, AVGO. Notice what it is doing. We are back up into a level of resistance, as you can see over here. So that could be a double top. But if you look closely, and that's sometimes what you have to do, go to this high over here from this year. Notice we broke out, it Pinocchioed it. It stuck its head above, or its nose above it, if I'm going to Pinocchio it, and it's pulling back to the 8-day moving average. I will wait until I get a little bit of more consolidation because I would, in reality, like to see it and try to pick it up off of the 8-week moving average. The 8-week moving average this week will be up at about 170 to 171. That would be a potential target area to get into that. So Broadcom has become a major player in the AI tech arena, and that is a game changer. Recent moves, basically their recent acquisitions are putting them in prime position to grow even more in the AI space. So with 5G and cloud computing continuing to, it's basically in our pockets now, guys, on our mobile phones and this type of stuff. These things, Broadcom is a stock you'll want to keep your eye on. Not only finishing up 2024, but going into 2025. Hey guys, if you're ready to finish 2024 strong and crush it in 2025, I put a video up there that break down some of my top strategies that I use. And if you start watching those, you'll be prepared to go into the new year on a high note. So, hey, let's trade smarter, not harder. Aloha. God bless.